So we have three facilitators, three speakers that would be taking us on different sections today. We have Mr. Oluwanishola, King Bola, Miss Oluwaseun, and Mr. Oluwadero Festus. So I would say that a lot, I was able to catch a lot in this presentation. And the first thing that stood out for me was, if you ask me that who are those that we can say they are leaders, they are not people that will tell you, I have not made mistakes. You can hear when he said, I made this mistake and this was the repercussion of the mistake I made. And when something like that happened again, he was able to learn from the past experience. So I actually took that. So leaders are not people that will tell you you have to do it correctly, because me, I've never failed before. You are going to fail and you will do it again. It says something again about mastery, because I am coming from the profession of a customer experience, and in customer experience, we do have salespeople as well. And one thing I used to tell my people is that you have to master what you're selling. You cannot sell what you don't know, because customers will definitely ask you ridiculous question that if you are not grounded in that thing, mastering it like he has said, you will look stupid. And how do you want your customers to buy from someone that looks stupid, even from the point of me questioning you? And the last thing that I took a lot, but since I was able to jot that I don't want to take much of our time, is that your personal brand. I think this is really, really important for those that are in this industry, the sales industry. Do you know that personally, there are like I know a lot of people on social media, not through what they do, but what they post out there. But I can tell you that there are two people that I know the brand they work for because of them. There is a particular lady that she posts on TikTok, on every other social media. She works in a Lagos club like that. And you can see her comment section and people will say that, do you know that I know this brand because of you? That lady, I can tell you categorically, like how me I see things. I know a particular brand, so it's a property brand, Dukia. I know them through a particular staff of theirs. You cannot tell me that these people would want to leave such company and it will be difficult for them to get a job. It won't. Because even people in comment section used to be like, oh, this company should not lose you. This company should not let you go. This company, do you understand things like that? So having your own personal brand. I know maybe when Mr. Shola started his own journey, there is not something like Instagram. I mean, of course, there's social media, but it's not something as rampant as this. But they had to learn as time goes on. So it is really important that if you have not taken that part of your life seriously, the personal brand of it, please, if that is the only takeaway you can take home from today's training, please do it. You guys really want me to change profession? Or the three of our facilitators, you guys want to make me come to the sales industry? I might have to come for a one-on-one mentorship with you guys. Thank you, everyone. It's really, really interesting to have you guys here. I haven't learned about having a strong sales character. This is the last section we would be going into before we move into the question and answer. Before I proceed, please, I said it from the beginning of this conversation that we will be taking 6 questions, 2 for each facilitators. So 3 people can please drop their question in the chat box. 3 questions. We will pick 3 questions in the chat box, and we'll pick 3 people to speak, because I want to hear some of your voices. I want to hear some of your voices, yes. So when you raise up your hand for the part where we are speaking, I will just pick 3 people randomly, and then that will be the end. Now, my question to the facilitators is, how do we then put all of this together? How do we monetize all of this that we have learned today? Because if you ask me, I will say the end goal of whatever it is. Okay, you say I should have confidence. Now I have confidence. You say I should listen. Now I'm listening. So the end of everything that you have taught me today is to make money. So how do we monetize everything that we have known today? So I would like us to go in the order in which we have spoken earlier. That's from Mr. Oluwanishola first, then Miss Oluwaseun, and then Mr. Daryl. Please, 2 minutes each. Thank you.
All right, thank you for having me once again. Thank you to Mr. Dero for that insightful presentation. So, how do you monetize? Of course, the end point of all of this is both orders on Naira and Kobo, N and K. So, after you must have been able to build up a good character for yourself, you know, get a product and sell, you know, get a product and sell. One of the one of the most lucrative and sought after skill from any corners in all surface of in the entire surface of the earth is that job of salesman. The man who is crafting an aircraft or an aeroplane wants to sell. The man who is a farmer wants to sell. The man who just innovated a new technological chip wants to sell. So find what works for you. You can never be stranded being a salesperson. Just choose a niche for yourself. Choose a product that works with you. Find a brand and sell. Putting together some of these things that we have taught ourselves, then the sky becomes the starting point. You know, Barack Obama said that no matter how fantastic your product is, no matter how solution driven it is, it needs to get to uh, the end product. I mean, the user, the end user. It needs to get to the end user. So selling and distribution is part of the production process. So in fact, you don't even need to spend money from the start. All you need to do is just identify a willing buyer, identify a willing seller, and connect them together, and you are in money. If you can do it diligently, if you can put all the sales characters that we have talked about into it, if you can put work into it, there is no way. I remember there was a time I traveled to Accra on some, voyage. The first company I worked for as a salesperson was MTN Ghana. I just walked up into their office and said, look, I think I can put my hands into this. And that was it. That time they were doing, change of SIM, porting of SIM and all of that. And we were all over. I was all over. So, and we earned a lot of money from it. So get a product, find the products are everywhere, from selling and from services to sales to tangible to intangible product is everywhere. Okay, so monetizing your skill that you have gotten today is identifying the right products and sticking your neck out for that product, putting your best to equip yourself with the right sales energy, the right sales character, and trust me, you will never get it wrong. You will be always in high demand. People will call you to come and sell, and eventually, when you own your own, there are people that are just brokers. They are just brokers. The job of salesman is just brokerage. You understand? You are brokeraging a transaction between the seller and the buyer, and that is it. And that is how much that you can earn, from these skills that we are talking about. So I hope I've been able to push one or two things. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that. Moving on quickly, Ms. Oluwasho, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you once more for having me again. For me, monetizing what you already know is basically turning your knowledge into income. Most people are always sitting on valuable knowledge, but they do not recognize those knowledge that they have as a source of income. People often think that money comes only from big businesses, expensive degrees, rich capital, connections, and the likes. But that's not the reality of things. But in reality, many profitable business today that you see out there, they are built from personal experience, skills, reputation, personal solutions, and everyday knowledge that we already have. So I'll use myself for example. I have spent a lot of time in the sales industry. I spent roughly 11 years in sales, and I know for a fact that I would want to transition into consultation as a salesperson. That is where I want to end my career at. So what have I done for myself? I have started building a personal brand in that aspect for myself, where I get to tell people what I have shared, the knowledge I have gained over time for from my own experience. That is me starting to monetize my knowledge and gain something out of it. So the core message I would want to drive for monetizing your own knowledge today is what you know can solve a problem, and whatever problem that you solve constantly, value is created, and from where value exists, income follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's move on quickly. We are running out of time already. Mr. Dero.
Okay, yeah, that is how we can monetize all of this knowledge.
Thanks today, yes.
Yeah. All right. So first thing first is to actually get out from that your comfort zone. It's a setup. But when you are getting out, I'm not saying you should go and hustle to death, but also with strategies. Number one, when you're out, opportunities are abound. And even if you are indoor, if you are strategic, opportunities come and knock on you. But it's not as quick as when you are determined, when you are predetermined to take a step today. And how do you take that step? If it's a model you understand most, if you like talking to people, go to supermarket, represent a product in that supermarket. Tell them that, oh, maybe you have a friend in the north. Get goods from the north, sell it to that supermarket. Try your capacity now. Then if you are getting a good for 100 naira, take for instance, you are selling it to the supermarket for 150. You return the 100 naira back to the person you have gotten the goods from. 50 naira is your own. All I would just have to say, start by practicing something new today.
Thank you so much. We are coming to the end of this webinar for today. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. You can see that we have been able to learn a lot. Now you can see that it's not just about working hard, it's about understanding how to think, how to communicate, and how to position yourself better. The best way you can really understand this is to practice it in real life and not just to listen to what they have said. Everything they have said today, go and try to practice it. We will continue sharing simple guidelines, example, and practical opportunities on that channel. Like I have said, we would look at the channel, and of course, it will be open for everybody to join. You can also refer your friends. A lot is going to be going on that group, I can tell you. You don't have to figure out everything on your own. Just stay on that channel, just engage, follow the updates, and use them to test your understanding at your own pace. If you stay consistent, of course, with everything you have learned and you apply it, you will start seeing results. So please stay connected. Let's keep learning. And most importantly, let's continue practicing. So have a good day, everyone. And thanks for joining once again.